Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Well, almost all of the Greek Freak's points come in the paint. Giannis said, I can already do a lot of damage, basically without a jump shot. Just driving, making plays, and free throws. When that jump shot comes, it's going to be a problem for a lot of players in this league. Kevin?
You're right, D.A. It'll be scary. Thanks. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, these the new power rankings. They tell a great story. You look at the Jazz, they're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
Well, right now for the Pistons, they're moving in the wrong direction. The good news, though, it's still early in the season. A lot of games left to be played, plenty of time to turn things around.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. The backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. And it's Lopez in at the 5 down low. And for the Pistons, Rose and Jackson of the backcourt. At the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. And it's Drummond in at the center, locking down the middle. So Detroit will get the first possession. Rose with the ball. Outside Griffin. Fires for 3. And the rebound goes to Lopez. And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Last time they met was in Milwaukee.
And the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
Very satisfying performance, Greg, and one they'll look to repeat tonight. I mean, they ended up winning it going away.
Well, the Bucks on offense look to swing things around and pick up the tempo as much as they can.
Well, you know, this team was second in the league in pace. Want to get the ball down the floor and get an easy 3 or a transition chance. That was their game plan. This approach had them as the 4th best offense in the league last year.
Now here's Matthews after the miss from Andre Drummond. Giannis no good. Poked away, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's Griffin. In the corner, Snell with it.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They, right now, are searching for a bucket.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and the dunk by Giannis.
Matthews has a nice feel, guys, for when a teammate has a clean look, gets him the ball.
Rose against Bledsoe. The 10-footer. Here's Drummond. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
And to Tacumbo. The kick out to Lopez. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis.
And a nice job from Lopez to catch and shoot in a fluid motion. And for a guy as big as he is, that's really impressive.
Bledsoe against Rose. Over Bledsoe. Here's Drummond. Lopez with the block.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
And onto Tacumbo, slams it in.
And Antetokounmpo is so long. I mean, he stretches forever, covers a ton of ground.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. Well, last season, Chris Middleton was asked Clark to change his game, and even though it took some adjusting, the results were there.
Yeah, I agree with you, and that's not easy for a guy of Middleton's ability. Early in the year, Coach Bud asked him to take on less for the good of the team. That meant less post-ups for Middleton, less shot creation from him, and the numbers for Middleton went down, but the success of the team took a big bounce forward.
Here's Griffin, following the basket by Giannis. Over Giannis. To end the... Whoa, what a finish!
This is what Drummond is known for, fellas. I mean, assertive, aggressive, relentless, hard-working. He's just a dogged offensive rebounder.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Middleton, and Matthews now top of the key, and it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here. A splendid pass that time by Rose.
And here's Bledsoe. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against New York.
And not just the scoring. It was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well.
The pass to Matthews. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Matthews has got his second bucket of the night.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Passes it to Griffin. Doesn't go for him. The Bucks go the other way with it.
So hard, actually impossible to cut into the lead when you have a guy struggling this badly.
Milwaukee leading by 8. Bledsoe kicks to Matthews.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, Greg, making them count in the early going here.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
So it's the Bucks now, following the bucket by the Pistons. Bledsoe against Griffin with the teardrop, and Bledsoe with the lay-in.
Yeah, so hard to defend Bledsoe in the screen and roll, specifically because of how unpredictable he is in these situations.
Now here's Rose. 14 points from him the last game against Cleveland.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
The shot by Middleton, wide open, drills the three-pointer.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Here's Snell. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. A nice shot by Griffin.
And how about Griffin continuing to own the paint? A fantastic power forward with good touch from there.
Here's Bledsoe following the basket by Blake Griffin. Goes up again. They get it back. Lopez. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And it goes down 2 points.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for. As far as power forwards go, he has terrific vision.
Bucks leading by 7. Now here's Bledsoe. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Griffin against Antetokounmpo. Clock at 6. The Bucks need to get a shot off here from deep three-point range, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Rose serving the D. Pass to Snell. Over Middleton. Snell, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one. No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Jackson passes to Griffin. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Tell you, that's why Antetokounmpo is so feared league-wide. I mean, when he's close to the rim, he's most likely going to flush it on you.
Rose passes to Drummond. Lopez with the block. Fast break, Milwaukee, and there's the foul. It's on Tony Snell. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Morris is checked in for Griffin. Doumbouya comes in for Tony Snell. And it's Kennard in for Rose. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. For the Pistons, Christian Woods checked in for Andre Drummond. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Lopez, he's checked in for the Bucks. Korver comes in for Wesley Matthews. Ilyasova passes to Korver. Lopez. Morris with the rebound.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown.
Exercising his authority.
Here's Hill following the bucket by the Pistons. Clark, you were such a terrific athlete growing up, and it must be fun for you watching your kids and soon your grandkids go through their athletic journeys.
It really is one of the great blessings and treats of my life to see our kids grow and develop as people, but also to enjoy different sports. Our boys played basketball and soccer, and our daughter played volleyball, all played in college at some level. And so it is great. Anytime you see your kids find their lane, enjoy running in it, and do well in that lane, it's joy indescribable.
And the Bucks with possession here after the basket by Detroit. From 10 feet out, here's Ilyasova. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone, really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
One shot.
That free throw good from Ilyasova. Well, Ersan Ilyasova, a bit of a journeyman in the NBA, Greg, the last handful of seasons.
Good motor on the glass, and he can chip in for a 20-point game every so often.
Pass to Kennard. Now Morris, guarded by Korver. Morris with the bucket.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Milwaukee leading by 5. Outside Hill. The pass to Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 6. Here's Ilyasova. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Bucks lead by 7.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
Passes to Doumbouya. Here's Kennard. Pass to Galloway. Over Hill. Again, the Pistons score.
And how about the move he made there to come up and get himself clear in the lane for the deuce?
Antetokounmpo kicks to Ilyasova. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Stolen by Doumbouya. Goes up. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Here's a peek now at the 2K leaderboard. This year, these teams have made the most of their offensive rebounds. The Pistons second.
You know what? Sometimes their missed shots are their best offense. I mean, they attack the glass relentlessly, and those extra possessions can determine the outcome on a lot of nights.
That free throw, no good.
You know, in just his first season with Milwaukee, a huge success for Coach Budenholzer. I mean, came in and led the team to the top seed in the East, gave the franchise a huge boost, and I think they found their leader for the next several years.
Now here's Giannis. And he just worked New York in that last game.
Well, I love how fast Antetokounmpo gets to the basket, one of the most mobile guys in the game.
Here's Galloway. He's guarded by Hill. Pass to Doumbouya. Back to Galloway. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Hill. He sticks that one in from 20 feet away. Galloway's got his second bucket of the night. Clark for the Bucks. The players said Budenholzer instilled a sense of confidence in the team.
And you know what? Sometimes you have a coaching change and that injection of a different type of approach and the change in culture can make a big difference. Coach Budenholzer has always shown the ability to get the most out of his roster and shows you what a difference a coach can make.
And the pass to Doumbouya. The 3. Galloway, no good.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
From deep, Giannis. Tries to keep it alive. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
Yeah, and checking out the numbers for Antetokounmpo. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. First in scoring, third in blocks. And also his field goal percentage is up in the top 5. Tremendously efficient at finishing plays at the basket.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. Number 1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close. Passes it to Wood. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Morris has got 5 points so far.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Giannis. 12 points for him. Floats it up for Giannis. And so Milwaukee again turning it over.
Well, I think that pass caught him off guard, but he showed us board hands too.
And the Bucks making a change here. Connaughton's checked in. Here's Galloway. He's guarded by Hill. Galloway, the pass to Kennard. Back to Galloway. Plenty of space. And he gets the jumper to drop. Now just a 2-point Bucks lead. And so Giannis will bring it up for the Bucks. Pass to Connaughton. Lets it go from deep. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Milwaukee Bucks. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. We've got more in store for you right after this. Well, there are a lot of letters that go into the spelling of Giannis Antetokounmpo's last name. He helped set the record straight of how you pronounce it.
The Nigerian way, you gotta say with a D, so it's Antetokounmpo. But in the Greek way, you say with the NT, like Antetokounmpo. Whatever you got, just say, you know, it's Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Seems easy enough, right?
I guess so. I think a lot of people are going to stick with Giannis or the Greek Freak.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
You know, they've also shown some real tenacity here early on tonight, and it's paid off with a lot of second chance points.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second, we've got Ilyasova. Antetokounmpo is out there with Kyle Korver. Then there's Hill, and it's Connaughton in at the two-guard spot.
Terrific speed and understated athleticism from Hill. I mean, all he needs is a little room to attack, and then he'll exploit it with fervor.
Now, here's Doumbouya. Launches a three. Kept alive. Wood can't hit.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Detroit making a switch here. Griffin's checked in. Milwaukee leading by 4. Here's Giannis. Count it. Good. Antetokounmpo's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And, Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Galloway finds Morris. Back to Galloway. There's the three. The rebound by the Bucks. One-on-one fast break. Here's Hill. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And now it's an 8-point Bucks lead.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Griffin. Milwaukee with the rebound. Giannis has got rebound number 8 now on the night. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Chris Middleton was a first-time All-Star in 2019. Now, we all know that Middleton is one of the league's best shooters, but he had to adjust his game to a new system under coach Mike Budenholzer. Middleton said, "I guess that's what being an All-Star is, a team player and a complete player. Not playing for stats, playing for nothing else but to win." Kevin?
First-time All-Star and well-deserved. David, thank you. Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Tony Snell comes in for Doumbouya. And it's Jackson in for Langston Galloway. And then for Milwaukee, Brook Lopez is checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Chris Middleton comes in for Kyle Korver. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for George Hill.
Yes, he does, Kevin. Love seeing Griffin finish with power at the rim. Awesome at throwing it down when he's in this deep.
And for Blake Griffin, always a great outside shooter for the power forward position, Greg, but he's added range the last few seasons.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Griffin go from a guy who might take 1-3 a game to someone putting up about 6 a night. The results have been there for him as he shoots a respectable rate from beyond.
The free throw off from Griffin. All right, Clark, game is on the line. One free throw to make to win a big game. Who is up there for you?
I'd go with your colleague and mine.
Oh, yeah.
But since he's no longer in uniform today, I will go with Steph Curry and Malcolm Brogdon.
Great name.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Now Bledsoe. Pass to Lopez. Back to Bledsoe. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You You know, while Eric Bledsoe isn't a 20-point-per-game scorer like he was in Phoenix, you could argue that he's a more effective player since coming to Milwaukee. His efficiency is at a career-high level.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. And for Bledsoe and the Bucks, he's been a great fit, Clark, as a third option on the team.
Yeah, I agree, guys, because it really comes down to recognizing the right spot and right role for you with your team. And Bledsoe himself recognizes that. He says he's the happiest he's ever been since coming to Milwaukee.
Outside for Jackson. And here they come. Here's Middleton. No good that time. And Detroit the other way now. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
Total embarrassment. I would they played. I think they were shocked.
Yeah, and you know, those losses really hurt when you can't get anything going your way. Everything's going against you. Very frustrating.
Here's Middleton following the basket by Blake Griffin. The kick out to Matthews. Bledsoe against Rose. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Yeah, I tell you what, for him, this has been a game to forget. But somehow they still find themselves with the lead. And the defense, no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
Milwaukee in the lead. Middleton outside. There's the pass to Ilyasova. And there's the defensive 3-second call.
And guys, one thing that has been interesting to see since Blake Griffin came to Detroit is how he's developed as a leader, has come into his own with how he takes responsibility for the team's play.
And the technical free throw is good. And with Griffin, you look at his time on the Clippers, and for most of his career, he was more of a second in command.
Coach Casey said last year early on that Griffin is the leader of this team, and Blake took it upon himself to step up to the challenge. Makes sense no matter how you look at it. He's their best player and needs to be one of the leaders.
Milwaukee shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
That's good from Brook Lopez. And Clark, many fans thought Brook Lopez might have lost it after his stint with Los Angeles, but you know, he was reborn after joining the Bucks.
Yeah, sometimes a fresh start re-energizes you and helps you change your game. This guy was, though, a 20-point scorer a night in the past, so he can put it in the basket. He didn't get those kind of numbers with the Bucks, but really was exactly what they needed as a big guy who could shoot the three and also be a rim protector inside.
Now here's Jackson following the miss by Wesley Matthews. He gets that one. Jackson's got 4 points this quarter.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Here is Bledsoe following the score by Reggie Jackson. Matthews goes in. Detroit with the rebound. Drummond's got 11 rebounds in the game. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Brook Lopez. Well, you look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg, he might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
Griffin hits them both.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
Now here's Ilyasova. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Kicks it to Bledsoe. Middleton on the wing. Shot clock at 5. That's a 2 from Matthews. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Matthews has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
How about the court vision of Middleton? Just so good at finding the open man.
Bledsoe against Rose. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Eric Bledsoe. The NBA does have a Most Improved Player of the Year award. They don't have a Comeback Player of the Year award. But, Clark, if they did, it would most certainly have gone to Derrick Rose last season.
Could not agree with you more. I thought he had a tremendous season. Really burst back in a big way. Was a huge factor. Tremendous production once again from him. And you just hope that he can stay healthy and the injuries are completely behind him for the rest of his career.
Robin Lopez is checked in for the Bucks.
And boy, what a year it was for Derrick Rose. And the sea of fans hoping that he would get back to what he once was, as he was electric.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And for Rose, so many had written him off, but he was a huge factor for the Timberwolves.
Rose still has a tremendous passion for the game, and it really shows on the court. His renaissance last season was one of the better stories in our league.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. Mark, a big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would tell young viewers if they wanted to improve their rebounding?
You know, I'm a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most important elements of rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on. Pursue the ball.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Well, it certainly appears to be the case, Greg. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
The Bucks have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Middleton.
And last year, Chris Middleton, not quite as dead-eye as he has been in the past. Still a solid shooter from all ranges.
Rose up on top. Guarded by Bledsoe. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And for Middleton, Greg, you don't need all the volume out there from him. You just need the efficiency.
And Middleton has always been an efficient player. Great to have on a team as a second or third option.
And both free throws good for Rose.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Bledsoe looking around. Great D that time from Griffin. Pistons trail by 3. On the wing, Jackson shoots over Matthews, and again it's the Pistons missing. Bucks have gone 6 of 14 shooting here in the second. Middleton can't get it to go.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Snell finds Griffin up high to stop the alley-oop.
Well, the timing of Griffin really superb in these situations. He has a great sense for when to leave the floor on these alley-oop jams.
Now here's Middleton. He picked up 18 points in their last win against New York. They are right on the brink of taking the lead.
This is an absolutely critical juncture in this game.
Here's Snell, defended by Middleton, and the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
No good from Bledsoe. And so Griffin will bring it up for Detroit. They trail by 1. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Here's a look now what's coming up for the Milwaukee Bucks. On Friday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers. Then on Monday, they'll defend home court against the Orlando Magic.
And no secret that this team can be very tough in their own building. And that's good news as they are loaded up with home games over the next stretch. This is the chance to create some separation.
And it's tied up with that one.
You know what? We've recently been able to watch a different roles here. I mean, a better, more efficient, more confident player. Man, I love seeing that.
Christian Woods checked in for the Pistons. Second free throw, no good.
Yeah, look, you'd like to take the lead on that possession, but at least he was able to tie the game up.
And he gets it to go. That's 7 points for Chris Middleton.
You've really got to tag Middleton in transition so you have a chance to get in front of him. You know, his speed and athleticism, a lot to deal with if you aren't concentrating on getting back.
Milwaukee's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Bledsoe against Rose. Shoots from 14. No good from Bledsoe.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Now here's Griffin. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Cleveland.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
So for the Pistons, Morris is checked in for Andre Drummond. Doumbouya comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Luke Kennard in for Rose. And then for Milwaukee, Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Hill in for Chris Middleton. Shot from the inbound. Antetokounmpo dishes to Lopez. And that one, good. And the Bucks lead by 2.
Man, what a special player Antetokounmpo is, sharing the sugar there. The vision he showed, nice job finding the open man.
Now here's Jackson. 23 points for him the last game against Cleveland.
And there really was a physical aspect of his performance that was off the charts. He was taking it right at him, and he just kept getting those calls and getting to the line.
Bledsoe against Jackson. Looking to end his cold spell. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And since coming to the Bucks, Eric Bledsoe hasn't been asked to do nearly as much as he has in the past.
And for Bledsoe, that is a good thing, as he is best as a complementary player. Not scoring as much, but his decision-making and shot selection have vastly improved.
And he can't get the first one. Players are sure racking up a lot of miles, Clark. A lot of games, a lot of flights, a lot of late nights, early mornings. But in some ways, it must be easier these days than it was, say, 20 years ago when you were playing.
It's easier now than it was when I played. I mean, we had commercial flights and 6 a.m. flights. These guys now actually have charter services. Heck, I often think that the guys before me had it much worse than I did. So it's all relative. But clearly, it's hard, it's demanding, but they also have the very best of care in getting to and from the cities across the league.
Here's Kennard. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. 6 to shoot. Morris. Good D by Lopez.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Yeah, love how fast Korver shoots the ball. Doesn't even think about it. Just terrific instincts.
Galloway, the pass to Wood. Here's Kennard. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And Kennard came into the league viewed mostly as a shooter, but he's been able to provide much more than that.
I mean, better than you think when he puts the ball on the floor. Learning how to lean into defenders and step back to open up the shot is a better playmaker than he gets credit for, and we should see him take on a larger role as he develops.
The first free throw is good.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Eric Bledsoe. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. And what a year last season for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was terrific across, Greg, all stat categories.
And he was rightfully in the MVP conversation very early on. He's still very young, and I see multiple MVP seasons in his future.
Now, here is Hill. 11 points for him in that last game against New York. And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
Hey, I've always said rebounding is timing and tenacity, but if you got long arms, that helps too, and the Greek Freak has plenty of reach.
Here's Galloway. 6 points for him. Pass to Doumbouya. And he gets it to go from the corner. Doumbouya's got 5 points so far. .104 left to play here in the second quarter. A nice shot there by Antetokounmpo. And the Bucks lead by 4.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Here's Kennard. Pass to Morris. Over Lopez. On the wing, Morris. That shot is off.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Here's Galloway following the bucket by the Bucks. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Wood. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Fast break, Milwaukee. Giannis with the ball.
Man, he's got it going now. And when he's in this kind of a zone, I think the D's happy to just get out of Antetokounmpo's way.
The tray. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And that three makes things just a little more interesting here as we head to halftime. They are not going away.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Middleton. Chris, it seemed like you all were dictating tempo in the first half. How did you do that?
Okay, we're getting the stops, grabbing the rebound now, just trying to push it, try to get the best shot available.
Problem solved in transition. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. I guess Shaq's not here today. If your name is Kenny the Jet Smith, raise your hand, please. And I'm Kevin Harlan. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He ended up with 22 points, 3 assists, and 12 big-time rebounds. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
You have to marvel at the uniqueness of the Greek Freak. From half court, he needs only 2 dribbles. That's right, 2 dribbles to get to the rim. He can pass like a point guard at almost 7 feet. The list goes on and on.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
I really like how they limited turnovers. You know, they didn't play it too safe. They made some really nice passes. When you can play like this and cut back turnovers, it can add up to over 10, 8, 12, 15, 16 easy points. I don't know how many points, a lot of easy points. They'll be in good shape if they can keep making the same smart plays.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one, he's been everywhere.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Yeah, he's got that locked-in look in his eyes tonight, and he's not going to start taking it easy. I think he's going to be going hard until that final whistle blows.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Pistons. On the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. Rose and Jackson to the backcourt, and it's Snell in at the 3.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time. And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. And for the last half-decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
And so Jackson nails both of them. Bucks leading by 3. Pass to Antetokounmpo. The wide open look here for Lopez. Offline with his 3. And so it's Drummond with it. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Here's Jackson. Gets the bucket and the foul. Wesley Matthews picks one up.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
One shot.
That one drops. He ties it up. Bledsoe with it. And there's the pass to Antetokounmpo. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. They now take the lead. Rose has got the lead up to 2 now for the Pistons.
Well, you know, if you're the defense, that's all you can do. Rose is just a force on the offensive end.
And a minute played as the second half gets going. Antetokounmpo passes to Matthews. Rose against Bledsoe. Middleton looking it over. And that one hits back iron.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
And the slam by Blake Griffin.
You've got to plug up these lanes to the basket, especially when Griffin is slashing with force.
Bucks trail by 4. Antetokounmpo passes to Matthews. And Lopez has it in the corner. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Ugh, ugly start. The second half, they've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2. Shooting 2.
The first one falls. And so Snell nails both of them. Bucks trail by 6. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
Boy, he's been killing them all night, and the defense looks like it's practically packed it in.
It seems like every shot these guys have been putting up has been going in. This month's top shooters. 5th is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
It would be hard to imagine him shooting the ball much better than he has. He has been on fire.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Lopez finds Middleton. The Bucks working the ball around. Bledsoe against Rose. 5 on the clock. Can they get it? They get it again. Antetokounmpo. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Griffin passes to Rose. Back to Griffin. Stolen by Bledsoe. Here's Antetokounmpo. And Giannis throws it down.
Good defensive instincts, and that wingspan that belies his size allows Bledsoe to come up with these steals.
Bledsoe against Rose. On the wing, Jackson. Beyond the arc. A second chance effort. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Brook Lopez.
Selected 9th overall in the 2012 draft, Drummond's carved out a nice NBA career for himself.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. First one falls for him. And both free throws good for Drummond. And so it's Bledsoe. He brings it up for the Bucks. 6-point game. Passes it to Antetokounmpo. Bledsoe outside. No good on the triple.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contributions.
Rose kicks to Jackson. With a floater, it's good. This time the assist from Rose. 14 points for Reggie Jackson.
Rose, a very solid floor general. I think that's an underrated part of his game. He's excellent in finding his teammates.
Bucks trail by 8. Bledsoe outside. Here's the lob Antetokounmpo, and Giannis throws it down.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
Man, one for the highlight reel. And you see, after multiple knee surgeries, Griffin can still get up.
Outside Matthews to the inside. And it's sent back by Drummond. They retain possession. Bledsoe dishes to Matthews. 6 on the shot clock. Bledsoe outside. And a miss there on the triple.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage junk there.
Rose passes to Drummond. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
Here's Lopez. After the made shot from Andre Drummond. Fires the 3. Yep, it goes. And the Piston lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Lopez.
Boy, tell you what, Lopez has always been a threat from outside with his jump.
Outside Griffin. Pass to Drummond. Jackson against Matthews. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Wesley Matthews picks one up. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Detroit?
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
No good on the free throw. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. He hits the second from the line. Bucks trail by 8. Bledsoe outside. And Griffin sends it back. And it's good. 2 points. The Pistons have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. Outside Jackson. Here's Snell, defended by Middleton. Outside Rose, 5 to shoot. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Here's Snell. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 8th rebound here tonight. The shot by Bledsoe, nobody around.
And that's a good job of just getting after it on the backboard, gets them another possession, and allows them to run even more clock. Yeah, no question who's been the aggressor on the offensive glass.
Yeah, they have the advantage, a big one in second chance points. Those extra possessions really help an offense, and it demoralizes the defense.
Oh.
Thrown down with Forrest Drummond with great feel around the rim. Now, usually he's one of the leading dunkers in the NBA because he doesn't waste any time or motion in there.
And Bledsoe, here we go. And no good that time. Griffin with some nice D. And the dunk by Jackson.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis, and get away from the sloppy fouls.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Markieff Morris is checked in for Tony Snell. And it's Kennard in for Rose. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Middleton outside. Goes up to the stripe. Good on the jump shot. Middleton's got 5 points now this quarter.
Nice handles by Middleton. Actually, really impressive handles. Put on the show with that dribbling exhibition.
Bledsoe against Jackson. In the corner, Kennard with it. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Kennard's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Bucks trail by 7. And here's Bledsoe, and there's the call on Andre Drummond. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. A different look for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Korver comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Hill in for Eric Bledsoe. Ilyasova can't hit.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
The shot's good from Griffin.
How about the confidence from the big fella? Griffin taking pleasure in tormenting the defense, feeling really comfortable shouldering the offense.
Here's Hill. The putback. Rebound by the Pistons. Morris outside. In the corner, Kennard with it. Outside Jackson. Here's Drummond. Goes back up. Morris trying to free himself up. Can't get the layup.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Pistons leading by 10. Lopez with the steal. All alone. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And Korver, a team-first guy. When one of his guys is open, he wastes no time in delivering the pass.
Jackson passes to Morris. Over Ilyasova. Second chance shot. Drummond dishes to Morris. Lopez with the block. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. Six to shoot. Here's Griffin. And at last they get one to fall. Morris has got the lead up to 10 now for the Pistons. The Bucks shooting the ball at 42%. Hill looking around. Now the dish to Lopez. Sweet move. They get the rebound. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Andre Drummond picks one up.
The massive size of Lopez just puts defenses in a pickle. When he's that close, you just have to foul him.
That's good from Lopez.
And the fun-loving personality Lopez has makes him a likable teammate. It's clear that they love playing with him.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Christian Woods checked in for Drummond. Doumbouya comes in for Blake Griffin. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Both free throws good from Lopez. Detroit leading by 8. There's Galloway. 6 points for him. Pass to Doumbouya. Here's Wood, guarded by Korver. Shot clock at 6. Shoots. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the way in. 7 points for Sekou Doumbouya.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Connaughton passes to Lopez. That one misses. And the Pistons now going the other way. Here's Kennard. Here's Morris. Another shot. Rebound, Milwaukee.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
Right side Hill. Here's Connaughton. Off target from outside. Detroit leading by 10. Inside. The shot's good from Kennard. Kennard's got 4 points this quarter.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Rose, he's checked in for the Pistons. The Bucks also changing it up. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Lopez, and Middleton subbed in for Pat Connaughton. Here's Hill. Here's Antetokounmpo. Rose with the block. Here's Kennard. Another three for Detroit.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Greg, no question about it. They found a nice rhythm from deep.
Milwaukee, no good that time either.
You know, the fact is he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot.
Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got his 8th assist here tonight. There's 42 seconds left in the third. Here's Giannis. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws.
Well, I tell you what, the long arms of Antetokounmpo are really incredibly lethal in the paint. Sometimes the defense really has no choice but to foul him and then hope he misses.
And Clark, with Giannis, you could see the change in his demeanor last year. You know, he knew he was unguardable when he was on the floor.
Well, guys, you know you're special when you can say nobody can stop me, and the general consensus is you're right. I mean, I can't think of any player in the NBA that's really suited to guard Giannis with his blend of speed and strength and ball skills. That guy handles the ball exceptionally well for a big man.
Free throw good. Giannis.
You know, since entering the league at age 18, Antetokounmpo has really grown. The Greek Freak, now one of the league's premier talents, no doubt.
And both free throws good for Giannis.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
.26 seconds left in the third quarter. Outside Hill. There's 14 seconds left in the third quarter. Clock at 6. This one for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Hill's got 7 points.
Well, you can't lose sight of Hill when he's out on the perimeter. A deadly shooter from deep.
And here's Rose outside. No good. And so it's the Detroit Pistons. Their lead at 15 going into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Right back after this break. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Hill is out there with Kyle Korver, and it's Ilyasova in at the center position. Rose laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
You know, you can't let Rose get this close because when you do, he's going to cook you.
Now the pass to Korver. Hill against Rose. Passes it to Middleton from outside the arc. Rebound, Detroit. Morris has got 5 rebounds tonight.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Middleton finds Giannis. Hill trying to break free. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what, Kevin, but he's been awful ever since the second half started. It's not even been a factor.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Here's Hill. Here's Ilyasova, and he banks in the layup.
Boy, I like the heart that Ilyasova displays when he's playing. Just terrific. Love watching him mix it up on the glass with those long arms of his.
Pass to Snell. And here is Morris.
I see him.
Pass to Wood. It's tipped. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Clark, the 2-way contract, a relatively new invention that gives players time in both the G League and the NBA.
I love it, Kevin, because it's another pathway for those aspiring to be NBA players to have a legitimate shot to make their dream come true. The G League is just a notch below the NBA in terms of overall talent. And so I love the fact that players who desire to be pros can have a pathway to get to the NBA by being part of the G League as well.
And these G League players are having an impact, aren't they? They're making a difference on a lot of teams.
40% of the players in the league have spent some time in the G League, so it speaks to the impact the G League has on the NBA.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels. Well, I like the way they're sharing the ball, and Bledsoe right in the middle of spreading it around.
Bledsoe against Rose. Over Bledsoe, and Detroit again with the bucket.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
To the paint, floats it up for Giannis. It's deflected, and they're able to recover.
Well, you look at the skill set and size of Middleton, hard for any defense to match up against. Just so creative in how he draws contacts and gets himself to the line.
And he knocks down the first one. Hey, Clark, the NBA moved the presentation of the MVP award to after the conclusion of the finals. Do you like that?
Yes and no. I think you have 2 separate awards. You could have a playoff MVP or a finals MVP, which we have. And then you have a regular season MVP. The MVP is for the body of work done during the regular season. So I think there should be a clear separation between the two, quite honestly. So, no, I don't like it.
At least you're honest, Clark. Back to Kennard. And the rebound goes to Lopez. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Bucks. Tries again. Comes up empty down low.
Nothing's going his way since the horn. I mean, looks like he used up all his makes in the last quarter.
The pass to Wood. Lopez with the block.
Big Brook Lopez gobbling up space and getting the block on that play.
Drummond's checked in for Detroit. Jackson comes in for Luke Kennard. To the middle. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
Well, that's a moment he'd like to archive. Embarrassing lapse of judgment there.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Wood. Bucks trail by 21. Tipped away. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Bledsoe.
And this has been a comedy of errors. I mean, you can just add another one to the list.
Rose against Bledsoe. Rose up on top. Here's Snell. Passes it to Griffin. Over Giannis. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
How about that hard-nosed D in the paint right there? Nice job.
Impressive work protecting the basket. He held his ground nicely on that one. He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first, but we know he can get on a roll and knock him down.
Jackson dishes to Drummond. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game. Now here's Bledsoe. Clark, the relationship between referees and players reaching a fever pitch. What can be done to smooth those waters and mend those fences?
Well, I think first and foremost, players have to give. Both sides have to give in this equation, but I think it's incumbent upon the players to accept and respect the position of the officials, and the officials have to also be willing to engage and interacting well with the players. It's a two-way street, but I think most of that is on the players because they have to control how they respond to officials more than officials have to respond to the play.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
Here's Snell. He's covered by Matthews. Jackson kicks to Griffin. Over Lopez. Rebound, Milwaukee. Middleton's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Giannis. That one goes in. Giannis has got 30 points.
Despite the play of the team, I think he's had an outstanding game. He's really done well here.
Pistons leading by 18. Now Rose dishes it to Snell. He kicks it to Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Griffin trying to get open, and the basket by Jackson. Jackson's got 12 points here in the second half. Here's Bledsoe.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Timeout called, the Bucks. Clark, we've had sponsors on the uniforms for a couple of seasons now. Do you think everyone's grown used to seeing them?
Yeah, I think it's a normal part of the landscape, and it will take a little more time. I've noticed them myself as I've watched games. We're certainly a far cry from looking like NASCAR drivers, which I think is a good thing. You want them to be done visibly, but not overdone.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Andre Drummond.
On the offensive boards, he has been a force. Offensive rebounding is all about pursuing the basketball, and he has not stopped that pursuit all night. The second chances he's created have been a big factor.
He'd finally had enough of their losing streak, and it's going to take something special to regain some kind of momentum, and his effort has been very special tonight. The drive by Jackson. Drummond passes to Rose. That shot off, and Milwaukee the other way now. And here we go, the fast break with Giannis. They grab their own miss. Here's Middleton. Basket good. Middleton's got 4 points in the quarter.
Man, I tell you what, Middleton does a nice job using his length inside. You know, when he gets in a good spot, he's a high percentage shooter from there.
Pass to Jackson. He feeds it to Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Oh, why, dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points.
A lot of bounceability there, guys. I mean, well above the rim. That's what makes him dangerous.
Here's Bledsoe. Banked in off the glass.
It's going to take more than that to stop Bledsoe now. Come on. I mean, this guy excels at taking contact and handling punishment on the way up.
Outside for Griffin. Pass to Snell. Now Drummond. Over Lopez. Second shot opportunity. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And you really have to like what they're doing at the line in this half. Free throw percentage now up around 92%.
He doesn't get the second one.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
And this is why Griffin is so valuable to his team. Always willing to share the rock.
And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for the Bucks. Trailing by 19. Matthews dishes to Middleton. High arcing shot, and the layup is good. Middleton's got 11 in the second half.
And, you know, Middleton is a man of many talents. When you least expect it, he hits you with a ridiculous floater.
Drummond working against Lopez. Drummond passes to Jackson. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
And no let up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off.
Boy, both ends of that play, guys, were fantastic.
Down low, Matthews with the steal. Here's the break. Bledsoe for 3. They get it back. Antetokounmpo. And good that time. Antetokounmpo's got 8 here in the quarter.
Yeah, second chance points again. A huge problem for this team.
Boy, they're getting caught spectating. You can't be a watcher out there. They're letting rebounds slip away. Everybody's got to get in there and fight for the ball.
Here's Drummond. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. 15 points for Drummond.
A tall and powerful big. Drummond has a natural ability to finish inside.
Rose against Bledsoe. Pulls in another board. He hauls in his 20th rebound.
Dominating the glass and giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is, that's a tough shot.
And Drummond kicks to Jackson. And a foul call. Almost got it to go in, but he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on Eric Bledsoe.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Bledsoe. 1:51 left to play in the final quarter. And there's the pass to Antetokounmpo. Passes to Middleton for 3. The Bucks keep it going. A new 14-second clock.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Feeds it to Griffin. Pass to Jackson. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. The Pistons working the ball around now. That shot by Griffin, no good. Bucks trail by 15.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Pistons.
They made more foul shots, and that was the difference.
That was a big advantage. The other team was defending with their hands instead of moving their feet, and they handed them a lot of easy points at the line.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
Boy, I tell you, look at these teams, Greg. They're very evenly matched. This could be one of the better in-conference battles we see this season.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Andre Drummond.
And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with a fire no one else could match as he chased down those rebounds. Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Brown outside. Pass to Lopez. The jump hook. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Comfortable shooting close to the basket. The size Lopez possesses gives him confidence down low.
The pass to Jackson. And oh, here we go. Hill, nobody back. Finished off the break.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
To the paint. Lopez with the steal. Here's Brown. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Brown. Frazier against Hill. Frazier dishes to Maker. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you very much, Blake. Another good night of work offensively. How does the team build on this?
Just keep that rhythm. You know, we're not always going to hit shots every night. Some nights the shots aren't going to fall. So just keeping that rhythm, keeping the ball moving, talking on defense, and relying on each other.
Congrats on a great win, Blake. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.